Hello, light seekers. I put out the intention that if you found this video, there should be a message for you. Obviously, don't try to force it, but in front of you are 3 piles, and I wanted to delve into shamanic dreams. I have a Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, which is delightful with lots of imagery. But the shaman is known for working both the spirit world and the material world. People will go often into a trance and to connect with the spirit world in order to gain knowledge for someone they're trying to help or heal. It's an energy not to be feared, but respected. And that's really important in this reading itself. I'm in the process of channeling some spiritual messages here in regards to dreams. So that is the question that is being asked here is, what unconscious or shadow aspect of yourself is being revealed in this shamanic dream? So you may have been having dreams lately, intense dreams, which is very common at the time when I'm doing this recording. Although this is supposed to be timeless, we're in eclipse season, and there's a full moon called the blood moon, and this is what made me think of that very visceral, material, spirit connection that if we dig deep, we can have, and is beautiful because it teaches us so many lessons. And as I said, not to be feared, but respected. That said, let's get into your readings. The first reading is pile 1. And this is, as you can tell, I've given animals as part of this reading. This is a rhinoceros. I don't know if you can see it well, but that's a rhinoceros with made out of, it looks like a rose quartz crystal. Second one is a type of crocodile imagery made out of a different type of stone. The sense I get, it's either a jasper or something along those lines. And the third one is a monkey made out of a type of reddish carnelian, probably, or something similar to that. But this isn't a reading about based on stones, so I'm not even going to touch on that, but mostly about the animals. So rhinoceros, crocodile, and monkey. Monkey is a very good luck imagery in Asian culture. And I suppose the rhinoceros in some ways symbolizes stubbornness, and which can be good. And the crocodile is also representative of digging deep, sort of that idea of being in the shadows and being still and patient. Yeah, so take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Go to that heart space. Look at the 3 piles. And don't think too much about it, and feel your way into which pile resonates with you. And that message hopefully will give you some clarity about what your particular shamanic dream is messaging to you. And we'll see you in your reading. Okay, pile 1. If you picked the rhinoceros crystal, this reading is for you. And pile 1, the first card we have on this shamanic dream is the hollow bone teachability. So this is all about creating a space so you can be, in a sense, refueled, remembered, understand. So if you've been having any dreams about skeletons or feathers, symbolism that's really important, this is your card. And I find this really fascinating because if you read about it, So being empty so the wind of spirit can breathe through you. So this is the idea that we are vessels for spirit, and we are merely in this material world as spirit, and that our bodies are vessels for that spirit. And this is a very deeply soul path, right? So if your dreams are potentially talking to you about dropping all your notions and titles that bolster your ego, eliminate the doer, and allow things to happen of their own accord. So somewhat of a surrendering to the spirit. So listen closely, get in touch with that inner soul so you can understand it more fully and understand the needs of the soul itself. Aristotle had a theory about this, that the ethos or the soul within us, it needs to be fed in order to live the best life we can. So that's what I'm seeing here is a sense of feeding that soul emptying first in order to figure out what your soul needs. So let's get some clarifying cards with the tarot. So the first one is the Four of Cups, patience, waiting. The Three of Cups, some form of celebration. The World, completion. The Magician reversed, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So what I'm getting because of this card that is surrendering, the Magician is all about doing. So the Magician in reverse is encouraging you to take a step back. Those imageries of skeletons and the feathers, if you see them around, this is what it's saying. It's sort of the idea of dying in order to be reborn. So the world is telling you to complete something. It's encouraging you to complete that material part of things and go inward and stop doing, and you will find joy in that with others, maybe potentially find a community that communes with you about the same sort of thing, which is that Three of Cups. The Magician reversed is saying, again, doing is not what you need to do here. Tie up some loose ends, maybe just emptying those things. And the Three of Pentacles, again, reversed, is all about pausing, stopping. And the Four of Cups, contemplating. So there really is an encouragement here to stop doing, like working so hard, surrendering to the joy around you, maybe with friends and a community, and give some rest and think of that part of your life as being complete. You've already got the success. You've already gotten to where you needed to be. Now is the time to focus on the soul side of things. So let's get some other cards. Yeah. So one of the things that might be problematic right now is that maybe because you've been working too hard. This is sort of that whole idea of the death of a salesman, where the main character in that book has worked so hard all their life, and it's actually been empty. It's like being all about the material, and this is stopping you from growing spiritually. So in a sense, what the Shaman's Dream is trying to teach you is this shadow aspect, or the part that you're denying, is you're guarding this. You're guarding the material. You're not letting go. You're not emptying your vessel so you can learn what your spirit needs. And that's what needs to be released. You need to let your guard down. You need to start to grow spiritually, because material, you're fine. Yeah, so this is it. Recycling, breaking down problems, positivity, change. So this is sort of saying you've had some fear of change. You've had a fear of going deep. You've had a fear of finding out what's going on inside. And you need to break these things down in order to have some revelations. So the moss agate is talking about positivity and change and navigating those changes. And I'm hearing that if you don't go through this process yourself, it will be forced on you. Something will happen. There will be a moment where things will be taken, the rug will be pulled out from under you in some form, and that will bring back recycling and rejuvenation. So again, rebirth is what I'm hearing here, but it may have to be forced. But if you're positive through that change, whatever it be, if it's on your own accord, stay positive. If it's sudden, this is the energy. If it is sudden, you can also take a positive spin on it, and that's your best outcome. It may involve a younger man, and the work, this is the hard work that I was talking about releasing, and because you're feeling tied down and frustrated. I don't see this as that you the only thing that you're going to have to work at is releasing those boundaries, releasing that part of you that's being told you're not facing the truth, that the negative beliefs or something is holding you back, and you have to release that in order to move forward. And there may be a younger person that might be involved in all of that, but you need to release the yoke in order to find what you need. And the last two cards are actually really cool. These are what will guide you. And I was talking about earlier about the positivity. If you are struck with change, either by yourself or outside because you can't move forward and something happens, if you stay and the bee represents spirituality, that represents your soul. Bask in joy and light. Be that. And the shapeshifter, transform. This is a very transformative. I love this card. But what it is basically saying is the shapeshifter, if you can see that. And if you don't know what shapeshifters are, they're a spiritual animal person that can actually move from animal to person or from one animal to another animal. Very magical and beautiful. So find the joy in the change, and it will move you forward. This is all about transformation. So call upon nature to help you in this transformation. See, birds are also all over this, because look there's the feathers, and now we've got an eagle in here with the wolf, it's probably a wolf, and the bee, a lot of nature. So the shaman is saying, embrace your spiritual side by emptying your vessel of expectations and expectations about the material world, and go deeper. And in your dream, think about the shapeshifter. Try to call upon the eagle, the wolf, to guide you along this path. And it will reveal what you need to know and what your soul wants you to know in order to feel like you're not tied down, that you're not having to go through all of this hard work. The only hard work that you have to do is break down those barriers. Don't be guarded, right? Don't be in denial. There's things that are changing around you, and you need to embrace that change with some joy, so you don't feel like you're stagnant or being tied down. This is Yeah, that's pile 1. That's your reading. I hope you found that helpful. Please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in another reading. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you came to this reading with the crocodile, yeah, funny looking little crocodile. I like him. This is your reading. So the first card, stars in the sky, limitless possibility. Wow, isn't that cool? So thinking about what you can achieve is what's coming out of this. Look at this. So the Shamanic Dream is trying to ask you and to see that there's so much out there for you. Limitless possibility from above to the bottom, as above as below. So this is less about something in the material world. It's more about the material world than the spiritual world. This is about using your spirituality to bring you into the material world. As I said, shamans are known for that. They walk in both worlds. So let's talk about stars in the sky. When you look up into the velvety dark blanket of the night sky covering the vast expanse of space, can you count all the stars twinkling above? Can you imagine that you are only glimpsing a teeny silver sliver of what is actually there? This is the domain of limitless possibilities. Be here now, gather your thoughts and your most cherished dreams, focus on the brightest star in your never-ending sky, and take small steps, small movements towards calling this glittering potential into reality. Yeah, so this is, again, it's about not just the spiritual dream or the metaphysical dream. It's actually about a material dream, which is really interesting. So let's see what your tarot cards say about that. So 5 of Pentacles, yes. Dark Night of the Soul. So this is about something about that has taught you about materiality, maybe a dissatisfaction with it, and you've gone in, yeah. So there's this spiritual aspect of creating that dream on earth, as above, so below. And that's 6 of Pentacles. So that's a very, very, very practical in the 2 of Pentacles. So these are Pentacles, lots of Pentacles here. Even the 5 of Pentacles, although that's more about the Dark Night of the Soul, what I'm seeing here is just like the stars of the possibilities, the 6 of Pentacles is encouraging you to use those possibilities and bring them in down to earth and create a community which is helping you develop your dreams and being material about it and juggling those things. So juggling the spiritual and the material together, because you've already done that journey. You don't have to worry about the spiritual side in that sense, and it's there with you, and it'll be your guardian. The Knight of Swords in reverse is saying, this has to do with cutting through the truth. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to cut through the ties that bind you. And thinking that you can't have material success and still be a spiritual individual, which is what the Hermit is about, right? The Hermit is all about going inward and using and going on that. After the Dark Night of the Sword, the Dark Night of the Soul, you go on the Hermit's journey and go internally in order to find what you need. There's a particular dream here that you want to come to fruition. And don't be afraid to cut the cords. Maybe you have been in the past, and you're feeling a little stagnated about that. Well, let's see what your other soul cards are saying here. Yeah, unsatisfied. So there's something here that has left you unsatisfied and that you feel like your dreams are being thwarted. So maybe there's some emotions there that are also feeding that. Too much thinking. And this goes to also the Knight of Swords. So it's telling you that there's too much of that racing, overwhelming thoughts, and you need to release them. and you're unsat. But part of that reason that you're having all of that is you're feeling unsatisfied. So getting fired up is not necessarily a bad thing in order to move forward materially. And the guidance is the fog. Yeah, see, the fog. You're feeling like something's obscuring you and you want to cut through it, but you feel like you don't know how to do that. So it's suggesting you get into the nitty-gritty, understand what's going on in your earth plane. The dreams are guiding you towards fulfilling your material dreams, but you've got to get into the nitty-gritty. And right now you feel like it's all being obscured with this fog. But that's why you need to be fired up and cut through the fog to find out what you need to know. Yeah, there you go. New a new job or career, right? So you have a dream and there's a new job on the horizon or career that you need to bring into fruition to not feel the rage and the anger and frustration. Try to channel that fired up feeling so you can cut through the unsatisfaction that you're feeling and get into the nitty-gritty in order to embrace that new job and career. And it will show you what you need to know. And I mean, your dreams are telling you what you need to know. And your dreams there is a dream that you haven't fulfilled yet that you can. And there may be someone coming into your life that's going to help you. But let's see what kind of guardians you have. See it from a higher perspective, yes. So the eagle and the eye, there's the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye. And it's telling you, just like an eagle sees things up from above, that will help you with the material side of things, which is the Earth Mother. So tap into that part of you that is looking for the material dream that you want, and you're going to have to do some work on integrating and getting it through to thoroughness. So getting into the details to cut through the fog. That will help you. And see things from a higher perspective will also help you get into the details. Because what happens when you see things from a bigger picture is that you can see what the problem is. So my suggestion is this: when you go to bed at night, put yourself into a kind of trance of feeling taken care of and loved, and ask Spirit, what is it that will get you to the dream that you want on the material field? And Spirit will help you. And even think about the eagle when you're doing it, and they will look and give you more guidance, because you can see the trail. It's like when you're in the forest, you can't see your way out. But if you're looking above, you can actually get into the nitty-gritty of what you want. You can actually see the trail from above, right? So you will get your answers from a higher perspective. That's what it's saying. And I'm not talking about a spiritual perspective. I'm talking about a higher perspective. Try to take a bigger picture. Back away for a little bit, and you can cut through the fog. Yes. So that's your reading, pile 2. I hope you found that helpful. And thank you. And please like and subscribe. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you picked the monkey, sort of a carnelian monkey. It's kind of cute, actually. This is your pile 3. So the first card we're going to look at is the Wheel of Fortune. Luck and right timing. I'm going to continue to pull the tarot cards to just give some clarification on this. Yeah, okay. So the Wheel of Fortune here is talking about the ups and downs. And by the way, the monkey in Asian culture is a lot of good luck because they're clever. Monkeys are considered very smart, but also give you luck. There's a story about the Monkey King in Asian culture and how he overcomes adversity, but with a lot of luck on his side, which is what the Fortune's Wheel is all about, right? But that said, it always turns, right? So, but it looks to me like luck is on your side right now. So in your dreams, what the Fortune's Wheel is trying to teach you and look into the shadow aspect of things that are maybe problematic to you is a sign that luck found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch, but use the creative power of the Fortune's Wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. But do not waste this on trifling things. Dream big. And often the Fortune's Wheel comes unannounced. Notice the early signs, the synchronicities, and the seemingly magical events that herald its arrival. That call, that email, that invitation, that chance encounter was no accident. They were all choreographed. They were all put in place by Fortune. Do not wait any longer. Okay, sorry about the pronunciation. Sometimes I get nervous doing these videos. But I can see things in my head when I'm doing these readings too, which is unnerving a little bit too. So it kind of trips me up sometimes. But I wanted to talk to you about the Queen of Cups reversed, which is all about emotional stagnation. And the Six of Swords. So in the past, it seems to me that there's been some issues with moving forward, maybe because you're feeling stagnated emotionally, and maybe focusing a little bit too much on the beautiful side of things, not being practical enough. And the Wheel of Fortune is suggesting that you need to let go some of that in order to get your fortune. Yeah, so self-love and confused. So maybe getting too bogged down by, as I mentioned earlier, the appearance of things. And that is often an indication of lack of self-esteem or love for yourself. You need to find that acceptance of yourself the way you are, and don't focus so much on the appearance of things. And lost and feeling invisible, avoid inside. If you use your self-love and you bolster up your self-esteem, this will cut through the confusion. And you may have to find that through the Knight of Wands. And the Six of Swords is talking about leaving behind those troubled waters, which is partially part of the emotional side of things. So leaving behind the things that didn't work before will give you more clarity and lead you to more self-love. Death reversed is just, again, about stagnation, not feeling like you can move forward, but there are forward-moving cards, more dynamic cards. Even the Six of Swords is telling you to move. You'll be moving away from troubled waters. And the King of Pentacles is the practical, dynamic side of things. And the Knight of Wands is that part I was talking about, maybe being too obsessed with the appearance of things and maybe forgetting your own self-love for things and delving into that. Abundance, persistence, energy cleaning, freshening. So it's talking about sweeping away those things that in your past that may be holding you back because of a lack of self-love. So you need to clear out that bad energy. And the abundance and abundance will come to you, which again goes back to the Wheel of Fortune. So some ring, a marriage will take place, or either romantic or in business. So when you're looking at business partnerships or romantic partnerships, remember to see things on a deeper level. Don't look just to the superficial. And this is also this. So it'll allow you to see if there's someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. So just looking to make sure that you're not approaching things too naive, that you're thinking, and this goes back to self-love. Finding that self-love will prevent people from taking advantage of you. And entering into positive relationships, whether that be business or something else. And this is also what I got from these two cards, because there's the Warrior and the Witch. So the Warrior is about standing up for yourself, but also coming from a place of love and light. So it's not that you can't confront, it's just that when you confront with that self-love, you will do it in a positive way, and you will get what you need, and you will get that business partnership or that prosperity, or even a romantic relationship with the Witch and the Warrior, a complement each other, because the Warrior is all about activity, moving forward, but the shadow aspect of the Warrior is being too arrogant and boastful and pushing. A bit like the negative side of the King of Wands, that superficial side of trying to fight your way through things. The Knight of Wands is about creativity also, but the Warrior here is about standing up for yourself in a way which the good side of it is if you bring the Witch, be the light, the love in there. That will help you with your journey towards prosperity. So you're going to have to stand up for yourself with that self-love, and you will find the appropriate business partner. Just be careful of those who might deceive you, but work towards that luck and that prosperity by standing up for yourself and finding those relationships that work for you from a heart space, and that will be your salvation is the word that comes to me. So I think the shadow aspects or the suppressed aspects are probably what the parts that you need to overcome are the self-love. That's bottom line. If you've got that, you've got everything here. Love yourself like your life depends upon it, because it does. It will give you everything else. It will erase the confusion. It will allow you to be that warrior with the Witch behind it, that love part, or before it actually, leading with the Witch. That's all about that, be the light. This is the White Witch, the one that uses their power for good and light, and the Warrior is the one that stands up for themselves, the male aspect of that, a complement to the Witch. The Witch is a complement to the Warrior. They're when they're equal, when they're balanced, it's all good, and it creates that luck. That luck, yeah. So I hope that you found that helpful, Pile 3. If you do, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you in another reading. Take care. Thank you.